You're listening to It's Not a Show with Tara DeFrancisco and Rance Rizzuto. They're usually performers, but today they're just pals. And it's not a show.
Woo! Hey, welcome back, everyone. Or if this is your first time, what are you doing here? Go to the first one, you silly goose.
What are you doing here? Hey, glad you're here. I'm Tara.
I'm Rance.
Well, aren't we lucky to have you? Hey, thanks for listening to It's Not a Show. Rance and I are typically performers that tour globally doing improvisation for our actual jobs. But guess what? We're not touring right now, so we thought we'd not do a show for you today.
That's right. This isn't a show, and you're here just listening to some not show stuff going on between Tara and I as we discuss Debatables that you, the listening audience, has presented to us. We got a lot. Here's the thing I'm curious about, Tara. We
Can't
have
wait.
you got so many questions from people,
I got so many rants.
and like so many to the point where I'm like, have all of the people who've presented these Debatables, have they even listened to the show yet?
I don't know.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
luckily, here's what we've learned. We kind of put this thing out and thought maybe people will like it. Maybe some buddies of ours will think it's funny. And then we had a billion subscribers jump on board. A billion? Hyperbolic. But a lot of people that subscribed, and we jumped to the top 50 comedy improv podcasts in the United States. And we were like, well, maybe people just need a little fighting and a little fun thinking about things that don't really matter. And the people that submitted the original questions may or may not be listening, which is kind of the irony of it. Who knows if they're listening?
I don't. That's why I asked. Wow. Well, either way, guess what? They gave us the Debatables, and we're using them. So hopefully they get to listen. And hey, if you didn't already know this, you can go to itsnotashow.com, and you can present us with more Debatables, and you can even send us a little message. If you're like, wait a minute, I think that blank is blank, and you said it was blank.
Super specific. Keep
Mhm.
it real specific like that, and just turn in that sentence right there, and we'll know who the true fans are.
Yeah, I wanted it to be topical for any episode.
Oh, I'm so glad people like it. I'm so glad that they're having fun listening. I've had a couple friends and some new fans who I don't even know say that they've listened to this on drives and their morning walks, or doing things around the house or at work or whatever. And a couple people have said that they have so much fun listening to it that they start to talk back to you and I,
Whoops.
and whoops, oops. And they yell their choices for the Debatables, which honestly is sort of a little mini dream. That's a dream.
Hey, Tara, here's what we should do.
Hmm.
Today, let's try and remember, as we're discussing Debatables, let's try and make it sound like we're actually hearing the people saying things, and we'll respond to them. Like, we'll make a choice and then be like, what was that you said?
No, Rance, if we do that, then people are going to think, what if they jump in mid-podcast and they skip this delightful banter we have at the top of the podcast?
Mhm.
And then what, Rance? They're going to jump in and think that we're not doing so hot.
Even better, they're going to freak out. They're going to be like, who am I not connected to? Or how did they hear me?
Hey, speaking of connected twos, guess what? We've got a sponsor.
Ta-ta-ta-ta!
Hey, take a listen to this sweet, lovely human that decided to throw some coins our way, and listen to all the great services they provide. We'll be back in 1 minute.
We all know what charcuterie is, but do we know about charcuterie? We should! We love it! It's the go-to source for your next event's deliciousness. Whether you select a grazing board or a portable grazing box or host a full table takeover for your gathering, your guests will be raving about the experience for days afterward. Now carried at the Nest Theater, Nocterra Brewing, and the Daily Growler, you can have charcuterie delivered straight to your space. Get on board! charcuterie.com.
Thank you, sponsor, for sponsoring our podcast.
You are such a great sponsor.
I think you're a great sponsor. What's that you say? Oh, thank you for asking, other person outside of the podcast. It is available in the Ohio area.
Oh, no.
I got him.
Hey, you want to jump into these Debatables or what?
Let's get to the debatables.
Pew, 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 pew.
Question
Okay.
number 1.
Debatable one. From Bill Hale in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh.
Bill writes, boxers or wrestlers?
Oh, I was not expecting wrestlers as the second part of that.
Good. That'll lead me to something else in just a moment.
Wow, I don't know what kind of underwear wrestlers is, so I don't know
Oh yeah,
answer
we
to
can go
that.
so many alleys with this question. We'll hit that too. But this is boxers or wrestlers rants from Bill Hale in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Well, I'm sort of tossing between a couple different takes on this one. What do you think about this one?
I know typically you tend to answer first on the show, but I mean not show, the anti-show.
Whoa, whoa.
Everyone, wait! I didn't mean to do. Yeah, typically I think you answer first, but I feel like I may have an answer to this question, and it's purely because of the way that I think people thrive post being one of these things. My instinct is wrestler.
Okay, why?
Now, and when I think of wrestlers, I'm actually going to go old school, like Greco-Roman wrestling, like people that wrestle or grapple versus someone that boxes. Not, I guess I can also include like cartoony fun WWF, WWE
Okay.
wrestlers here because I feel like a lot of those people tend to go on to fairly full careers a good amount of the time.
Interesting. Yeah.
And they don't have as much physical pain, or at least their bodies haven't been completely ravaged by the sport. So boxers for me, though definitely skilled and interesting to watch, bring me a level of pain that I don't love. And I feel like we're learning a lot about the way brains and muscular injuries are happening during boxing. So I
Yeah.
lean wrestling, I think.
And I don't think, be it boxing, be it Greco-Roman wrestling, be it WWF,
What name it?
whatever
WW letter. Yes.
whatever they are, be it that kind of wrestling, I don't think any of them escape pain.
Oh, no. I don't think so at all.
I think that
I don't think anyone escapes pain, but they may escape some long-term trauma
yeah,
from not having their like brains jostled within their head.
yes.
It may be more of like muscular tears or ACL injuries, things like that in wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And assuming that, like, I have to make the assumption that all of these people are going into this by choice. I'm just going to make that assumption for my decision. Like, it's not like there's some.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's forcing flip a coin, box me or wrestle me. I don't think it's that.
No.
Although
I mean, like, no one gets into professional boxing by being like, I was forced to come fight. Like, there probably are some like dingy underworld clubs that are like that. Of like, hey, you're a big guy. Go in there and get your butt kicked, and we'll all make a lot of money.
yeah.
That kind of stuff. But assuming that they're all doing it by choice, so they're all kind of like, you're making the decision to go forward with this painful path.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do what I normally do in this situation between boxing and wrestling, and I'm gonna say mixed martial arts.
You can't do that. No. Here's
But
the
listen,
thing.
hold
Okay.
on, listen to me.
No. I'm doing this for the listener. I'm doing it for the listener. I'm making sure that you don't weasel out. I'm doing it for the listener.
Okay.
You're gonna pick between the two. And I definitely understand that the martial arts are a respectable, incredible sport. But I don't think that's the question, Rance. The
It's
question
not,
is
because
boxing.
mixed martial arts also is basically saying both, because it's, especially if you're thinking of Greco-Roman wrestling, mixed martial arts is you can throw punches or you can grapple. You get the best of everything. So, but
Doing
let's
it
ignore
for
it.
the listeners. I'm doing
Doing
it
it
for the
for the
listeners. You gotta
listeners.
pick. You gotta pick
Okay,
between the two you've been presented.
I'm gonna pick wrestling, and I'm not gonna pick Greco-Roman wrestling. I'm gonna pick professional quote unquote wrestling
I get it. Yeah, sure.
for the strictly for the show. Like I've seen some boxing matches before where it's like punch, punch, hug. Ref is like tapping on you to break you up
Oh yeah, that's
because they're
frustrating.
tired. Punch, punch, hug. Blah blah blah. I've seen wrestling before where it's just like I've seen Greco-Roman wrestling like in Olympics or stuff where it's like you start off from that weird starting position of like, okay, one of you has to start off on the ground, the other one's like right behind them, and then you say go, and you just try to knock them over by their arm or something like that. It's like then you're on the ground, and then it's just like this struggle to not get pinned. I've seen some exciting stuff in boxing. I've seen some exciting stuff in Greco-Roman wrestling, but typically professional wrestling is designed to be a spectacle, so it's more interesting to watch.
I agree. So this is the interesting part about this question for me is that I think you went in, which is great, by the way. I think you went in the right way. You went in the way that is like what's more entertaining, and I went in the way which is what's the most trauma, which is maybe telltale of my experience with sports. Not everyone listening would know this, but I had like a severe sports injury where my
Yes.
spine was hurt. So
Yuck.
I think yeah, major yuck from rugby, hard as hell. And I think that because of that, I'm always watching sports with risk. Like, oh, I don't know. I mean, this seems pretty risky. And where I used to be the person that like didn't care if you like, especially in rugby matches, things like that. I think I've referred to the squat girl sports before. Um, I feel like I had my hair ripped out during rugby, and it's not the clock just keeps running, and so there's a lot of like disastrous things that can happen to you in a sport that's like hardcore. But now I watch it like a little mama bird that's like, is everybody having a nice time? Are we all safe? Are we all enjoying ourselves? Whereas before I'd
Yes.
like rub some dirt on it and let's go. So
And in typical fashion, you went in with a, are they okay?
yeah.
And I went in with a, what's in it for me?
Yeah. That's not what I meant, but it's funny that you were like,
Yeah.
impress me, sports. But I do think maybe also for my taste, like wrestling may be more entertaining. I mean, let's break this down. I think wrestling is more like a play. And so because of that, I don't know that like wrestling fans would be like, I can't wait to go see the old play tonight. But you're watching a play. I mean, it's often a scripted or preconceived outcome in at least the WWE, WWF classic classic scenarios where like someone was, in a bracket system to go against someone else and they knew who would have the outcome before the match began in the old McMahon days, etc. And then you just see a bunch of theatrics with cool like throws and certainly things that take sporting skill.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's lots of pain and strain and needs inside these matches, but it's a performance, right? It's like a performance with athleticism.
Yeah. You wouldn't see like Mike Tyson versus who's someone Mike Tyson fought?
Vander Holyfield.
Evander Holyfield. You wouldn't go to their fight and expect Sugar Ray Leonard to jump in the ring and mess with both of them. You like in
Yeah.
a boxing match, there's never ever a third person who jumps in to be like, grab a mic and be like, you know what? I challenge both of you. It's like it's always predetermined, and there's like the spectacle is only the fight. And also, speaking of Mike Tyson, like as cool as it is to see on TV, I bet people who spent the money to get the tickets for that early fight of his that lasted 3 seconds were
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah, man.
what?
What is this? Although, I mean, let's just talk about the match I just randomly referenced for no reason. The Mike Tyson Evander Holyfield match, where you wouldn't expect a grown man to bite someone's ear off live either.
That's true.
So I guess theatrics can be anywhere, but I don't think that was. I mean, that was clearly like not expected by either party inside that adrenaline-soaked rage fight.
Yeah. But like also maybe like boxing, take a note, like maybe get that third person to jump in there.
Yeah, get Sugar Ray Leonard to jump in and do some ear biting as well.
Yeah. Any sport needs some big name in the sport was in the locker room and heard what was going on and comes out. Like give me a sport and I don't think there's a sport that won't work. Like even NASCAR, like could be like we're racing and someone keeps nudging someone and out comes like Mario Andretti Jr. in just like in some tearaway pants and in a hoodie. It's like no one knocks cars around in my arena or whatever they call it.
Yeah, the old arena. Yeah, what do they call that? I don't know.
Racetrack?
Sure. Yeah, I do feel like it has another name though. What you're saying. I don't watch a lot of NASCAR, although I'll tell you what. Who knew? Who knew that 2020 would bring a progressive NASCAR? I don't know. Maybe that's
Yeah.
something that we should start leaning into. They may have gained some fans. I don't know. Okay, so you're on the wrestling side with me, even though it's like it's for the entertainment factor and maybe not the outcome factor, but still, I think we're on the same side of things, which is wrestling is more of a performance for us
Yeah.
and boxing for me. Boxing also like causes me great distress. Like I watch it and I can definitely, as a athlete or whatever, I can look at it and think, wow, this is amazing. These people are like incredible physical specimens. They're definitely like going at it. They know what they're doing. They know more about what they're doing than I know. But all I can see is like two people wailing on each other, and it
Yeah.
makes me it makes me very uncomfortable for the most part. Like I think that's my own hang up about boxing, but I don't think I've ever like enjoyed it as a sport.
Yeah. You said Greco-Roman wrestling specifically, didn't you?
Yeah. And I don't even know what I mean by that. I think I mean grappling, more like grappling or like high
Yeah.
school, college wrestling, what you would see in, I almost said a onesie, a singlet.
Singlet. Ones,
A
yes.
onesie.
Grown men in
Yeah,
onesies.
I will watch it. But yeah, like in a singlet or whatever, where there's there's like head protection. We're going to the mat. We're doing like grappling of some sort where there's pinning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think I said that only because it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable. It doesn't make me feel like someone's at grave risk. That's what I meant by that.
Yeah, they also seem to have like better control
Yes. It's more about points.
because they're going for a pin. They aren't going for punches or anything. So it's all about get these shoulder blades to the ground
Right.
and it's over. And then it's about get someone in a throw or get out of a throw before it happens, little ways to get points along the way.
Yes.
But it's never like punch him in the face or
No.
kick him in the leg so many times that he can't
Yeah,
stand on it.
Exactly. None of that, which I do think is probably maybe more to your martial arts. What you like about martial arts might be what you should like about that type of wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, hey, great. We're on the same side. Do you want to hear part two?
I have something else to say about wrestling really quick.
Okay.
Although I appreciate the spectacle of professional wrestling, I never really got into it because at an early age, I think a big win for my dad was he got us tickets to see WWF back when it was WWF. And I remember being like, oh yeah, I was probably like 12 and we were in the crowd and I had binoculars. We didn't have good seats. And I had binoculars and I remember watching someone throw punches and from the binoculars, I could clearly see they were clearly not connecting.
Mm.
And I was like, I remember looking through the binocular, seeing this punch not go anywhere near the person's face, but the person react to it.
No.
And just this just became this like deflated a 12-year-old of like, it's all crap.
It's all
crap.
You're telling me that Santa's not real?
It's crap. So I enjoy a good spectacle show, but I by no means would like watch all the shows. I wouldn't watch Monday Night Raw and whatever else they had.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's all crap.
I think once I remember, I mean, we lived as kids in the 90s, you and I, and I think that maybe maybe there's there was like this strange, when you think back on time, I wonder if everyone feels like this about their generation, but I know our generation certainly feels like this. When you look back at things that are now a no duh and they're accepted as truth, of like, of course these things are true,
Yeah.
when they were not outed by the public yet, it was not a thing that everyone knew. Like in the 90s, not everyone knew that wrestling was faked. I mean,
Yeah.
faked isn't the right word. Sorry, it's staged. I think that like a lot of wrestlers would take umbrage with that. I don't think that it's faked, because there's obviously real, again, body experience and trauma and athleticism and stuff involved. But I don't think that anyone in the 90s was like, yeah, like wrestling is like completely staged and it's completely scripted. I think most people were kind of like, don't you dare say wrestling's fake. Like, I think
Yeah.
people have a scope of how much people believe that wrestling was real, and meaning that the outcome was not predetermined. And when you were kids.
I remember an interview where a news reporter was like, thought he was like pretty cutting edge,
Yeah.
backstage, back in a hallway with one of the wrestlers, and being like, why won't anyone just admit that this is all fake and this is all planned? And the wrestler
Oh no.
slapped him across the face, and he's like,
Is that faked?
yeah, he said, that's an open hand slap. Did that feel real? And then he like hit him again in the chest with another open. That's that open hand slap to the chest. Did that feel real?
Yeah.
And it's like
That's the difference.
they're hitting each other, they're hurting each other,
Oh yeah.
but they're pulling it enough.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Is that we have better language for what wrestling is now. And even we luckily kind of cool, in a cool way, have some wrestler friends from Chicago and even here in Seabus that have done wrestling on a professional level or a semi-professional level. And they are in the same camp where they're like, oh no, like let me be completely honest with you. I have tons of injuries. I have tons of ways I've gotten hurt. This is all real hits. These are all real jumps. These are all real flips, et cetera, which of course is going to cause like,
Yeah.
you know, they have to train their butts off to do anything, and it causes injuries here and there. But they all admit, like, yeah, there's a lot of premeditation to the choreography of what it is to wrestle, which may be less now because there's probably more skilled wrestlers that know how to handle throws and stuff. But at least in the 80s and 90s, when it was like brand new spectacle level wrestling, it was all, you know, again, like kind of premeditated staging and choreography of the match.
Yeah, I think that one of the best things for professional wrestling was when they just like owned it, and like
Totally.
and because then they got to get bananas with their scenarios. They got to like
got so much better. Like I think that's when, let's say that's, and I'm no wrestling aficionado, and I don't think you are either, but maybe you can help me with this timeline of like, I feel like around The Rock, around that era of wrestling of like who else? Like John Cena, The Rock.
I feel like Cena was after The Rock, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah. Just as like general, yeah, John Cena's certainly later. Probably Mankind around then. But all these people like sort of started being like, yeah, let's have some fun.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it was during The Rock
Me too.
being on top was when it kind of was like, yeah,
Doy.
this is staged.
Yeah. And like good for them. Like they owned it. And look how many of those people became actors, interestingly enough.
Yeah.
Of like now there's these gateways to this path of Hollywood, or I hesitate to call it Hollywood, but like this path to moviedom that is because of them kind of leaning into the theatrics of it, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Like what awesome thing to be an actual athlete that's that good at it, and also maybe good at like the fun, ridiculous MC quality, you know, of like holding court that way.
Yeah.
That's the best. Hey, you want to hear part 2?
Question. Oh, this is just part 2 of this one?
Well,
Part.
Question 2. It's a unique episode.
Mixed martial arts or briefs?
Well, your next question is, you're kind of asking a question that people would want to hear. What if we do only the boxers episode? So the first question was boxers or wrestlers.
Okay.
Now your question that you're posing to us for Debatable 1B is
Debatable 1B
is boxers or briefs. And I will allow you to answer this question. And yeah, I'll try to supply anything I can as a person that wears neither of those things.
Well, I wear boxer briefs. It's the best of both worlds. It's the comfort and security of a brief without the wedginess. All it takes is a little extra leg to get it to that perfect place.
Yeah, let me tell you what, if I wore boxers or briefs, I cannot understand in this world why you'd ever choose boxers. I don't get it. I feel like you're just flopping around in there.
Yeah.
Let's assume that I have a male-bodied body and I've got some digits hanging down there. Is that what you call
How many digits do you have by chance?
them? Oh, me?
If you had a penis,
Yes.
would you have it replaced by leggies or fingies?
How dare you? How dare you refer back to episode 1? How dare you? I just can't imagine I'd ever want to be like flopping around. I think I'd want to be like I'd want to be softly cradled by what I would also vote for, which is boxer briefs, the best of both worlds. Like briefs, no thanks, although it's better than boxers. Boxer briefs, better than both.
Yeah.
Easily. Like I can't believe anyone in the world doesn't want boxer briefs. I don't know why you'd want anything else.
I agree, and I don't know I don't know the appeal to boxers. I had boxers, I had briefs forever
Yeah,
as a kid, just because that's what I didn't get my clothes.
yeah.
My parents got it, so I'm like, I guess I wear briefs, and fine. And then it was like, wasn't until I was probably out of high school that I was like, wait a minute, I can choose my own underwear, and boxers were kind of becoming more popular anyway, so I went for boxers, and I was like, yeah,
This is it.
these are awful. Uh, and I feel like the fabric's not quite right. Like the fabric was thinner, and I didn't like that. And I was like, is it because is like silk boxers a thing? And I remember I had one pair of silk boxers. Like this is like actual garbage. This is like I don't know if this is supposed to be like sexy or like feel like, oh, I feel
Oh
nice in my
yeah,
silk boxers. It's like, oh,
I hope you're just laying across a heart-shaped bed, listening to Color
yeah,
Dad,
yeah. Like
and like,
every night when I go to bed, I'd scatter rose petals on my own bed and just be like,
I adore me
me more.
more. That's what you were like every
Yeah,
night.
every night. That's how I'd fall asleep.
It's just me. It's just me in this in this bed.
Yeah. I'd
I've
have
got
candles
petals.
lit,
Yeah.
and I'd wake up to a small fire on my desk
Oh God.
3 or 4 times a week.
All these petals
Yeah.
of burn. What was it for? What was it for?
What was it for? To have briefs again just felt like I guess I'm still a 5-year-old. Like
Yeah.
they feel like
Why?
briefs feel like the transition from diaper to underwear, and that's it.
Oh gosh, that sucks.
Yeah.
I guess like that's not something I've considered because you're right. Like I guess when I think of briefs, I think of a very manly person like in Hanes, like that Hanes cover where it's like just a guy or like jockey who's just like a guy with a little like flap and just standing there like
Yep.
having time being an athlete kind of just at leisure. And or I think of like underoos, like something that's like from our kid time
Yeah.
where it's probably like the first pair of underwear you ever had as a child that's like for you as a kid. So you're like, "Oh, I'm an adult," but it's still made for children,
Yeah.
right? Like I don't think I would like that. It's funny though. I don't know that I still think I might choose briefs over boxers because I can see how you might not always want the leg, but I think I'd like the leg. But I get why
Yeah.
people might not like that part.
I would, if I had to choose boxers or briefs, I would choose briefs.
Yeah,
I like the cotton fabric better, and I like the snugness better.
yeah.
But I also would not choose them because I have many options to buy boxer briefs. So if that's not on the table, screw this question. Screw it to hell.
I feel like boxers are often made out of that material you reference, which are like dress shirts. I don't know what that material is, where it's like
It's to me the same as handkerchiefs.
yeah. Exactly the same. What I'm talking about. Yeah. Which I assume is some kind of cotton blend, but I don't,
It's garbage.
yeah, it's just not,
It's thinner and yet hotter at the same time. Like it's
yes.
like gross.
Exactly. What's the advantage to boxers? I guess that you're just like free flowing, living your life. If you want that.
I guess.
Maybe it's better for like older people. I don't know, like people that don't have as much like need for like tucking up. Might just want to be like kind of.
It's definitely a more modest choice. Like,
You think?
yeah, because it's baggier and it's. I remember a
Yeah, but you got
specific.
way more chance of like flopping out there with boxers.
Well, I don't know. Maybe people who prefer boxers don't have to worry about the problem of flopping out, and maybe that's why it's like
Well,
there's no security issues.
let me tell you this. When
Yeah.
I think of, and I often do, when I think of a classic, a classic flasher, oh, just a weekend activity. I'm just visioning it right now.
Yeah, yeah.
When I think of a classic flasher, they're always in boxers.
I think of a classic flasher that is always in just a trench coat.
I know you're gonna say trench coat, but I'm just saying, like, if someone was like, why is this where this question's going?
I don't
But if I'm
know.
like flashing, if I'm flashing someone, I feel like I always have like boxers on that are like pulled down or like open because you can get through the fly. Whereas with the briefs, with the briefs, like if you look at one of those, like, oh boy, I mean, this is definitely right. I'm sure I'm right.
Real quick, what if you were a flasher?
Yeah.
Imagine you're just
If Tara was a flasher, or if like anyone was a flasher.
if you
Me.
were being a flasher, but not necessarily your Terra being a flasher.
Well, I can only be me.
It could be you as a character, but like, so you're right at the moment of flashing.
Yeah, got it.
I want you to flash and make the sound that you think a flasher would make with their mouth.
Got it. I'm ready.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same thing as in my head. Why? Why is that the sound? Oh, I mean, I know.
Why
I know.
is that the sound? Here's what really happens. As someone that's been flashed.
Yeah, do they do it?
No, it's never a noise. It's always silent. It's like it would be silent because they're creeps. They're not good people trying to like be like, ugh. They're like trying to like make sure that you feel uncomfortable. So like that would almost be too funny. Like the noises we made are too funny.
Yeah, I think it's in our head because of like that's what Steve Carell does in The Office when Phyllis gets flashes and he's like doing it as a prank. He's like, hey, Phyllis. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I just wanted to like I was pretty sure that would be the sound that you would make for whatever reason. Hey, this is a good one. Everyone. Oh, what's that? Oh, you agree with us? Thank you, listener. If you
No.
if you we'd love to hear about this one. It's like just give us a yes or no
Oh, for sure.
on is that the sound that you imagined we were about to make before we made it?
That's all we're asking for?
That's it.
You can answer anything you want, listener, dear listener, but please let us know if the flasher noise ubiquitously is la 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 la.
Yeah.
Because we're sure that it is.
Go to itsnotashow.com, go to our little submit a question, but just say, yes, I thought that was the sound Tara was going to make, or no, I didn't think that was the sound. Because like you won't be able to tell us what the sound is if you thought another sound. Like, but that'd be fun too. Put it in typing. If you thought it was be like boy yo 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 yo, how would you type that?
This will be the greatest meal we've gotten.
Yeah.
Easily.
But I feel like we were saying something about boxers being that thin material. Oh, they're the modest choice. I remember seeing on Carol Burnett that Harvey Korman,
Mm-hmm.
there was some scene where he gets pantsed or something like that, and he had on tighty whities, and then was supposed to have a comical pair of boxers on over that. So the tighty whities were his underwear.
Got it.
The boxers were the character
Comedy underwear.
So he's supposed to get pantsed and reveal the boxers, but Carol Burnett always filmed it twice.
Got it.
And on one of them, he forgot to put on the comical boxers. And when they pantsed him and he saw that, he like looked down and saw that he had the wrong underwear on, and everyone else,
no.
everyone broke because they realized these are not the underwear that he was supposed to have on.
Okay, we've hit two incredible little things to talk about, which is one, I think you just gave the world a fun fact that we might know because we're in comedy, but maybe not everyone knows that the Carol Burnett show taped twice, which is fun. It's a fun fact. Yeah, they did basically a scripted take, and then they did like a gag take where anything could happen, or they did improvise a little bit, or get looser with the lines. So that's often the ones that you see that were like
Yeah.
Corman or Conway breaking or whatever, which is so fun.
Also, I think there could feasibly be some people listening who don't know what the Carol Burnett show is or have only heard of it.
Hey, you know what? Google it. It's so great. It's so silly and so great. And it's I don't know, probably 70s. It was definitely syndicated when we were, we weren't like alive for its first run for sure, but it's a ball. It's a real silly ball for comedy enthusiasts. Additionally,
Yes.
Carol Burnett's a treasure. Additionally, you also struck upon something that I think is important, which is you say pants and I say D-pants, which I wonder if it's a regional difference.
Oh.
So like we'd always say in school, if someone got what you're saying, if someone got their pants yanked down, like they have on like an elasticized waist and you can mess with them, we would say you just got pantsed. Whereas you would say pantsed, which makes no sense to me
Pantsed.
because you're not putting pants on someone.
Yeah, but pants are the thing that are the operative.
Yeah, but no S. But here's the deal: like if you if you say pants, all I think of is someone immediately running to swaddle you in double pants. Like you're multiplying pants. De-pantsing is what's happening. It's taking it off.
That's true. I'm trying to think of what another option would be. Like I was trying to think of like pied, but you're getting pie on you, so you're getting pied.
So here's what I'd like to say. If we're gonna start pantsing people again, let's make it an initiative where we all try to get extra pants on someone rather than take them off.
That would be probably the like I'm sure that's a scarring endeavor to go through. As acceptable as it might have been.
Aren't we generally looking out for things like this a lot more than we were when we were kids? But that being said, if pants comes back, I'm sure it's still out there, by the way. We should ask our nephews and nieces and stuff. But generally speaking, yeah, it's got to be still out there. And I wonder what they call it. I wonder if they call it pantsing or de-pantsing, or if that's like regional Midwest.
It happened in a Parks and Rec episode, and I don't know if they called it one way or the other, but I know that Leslie did it and declared herself the Pants King. She did not declare herself the D-Pants King.
She should have declared herself the Pants Queen.
Busted.
She's already wrong.
Let me ask you this: what do you call it when, as a prank, you expose your butt to somebody?
You moon someone.
Mooning?
Yeah.
Any other things you know it as?
Expose your butt to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say mooning. I would say we moon someone. I think that I'd say it past tense like that.
For whatever reason, and get ready for it.
Wait, is this a risotto name or is this like a real name?
No. This is not only have I never mooned anybody.
Yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it.
Don't cut yourself short.
This hanging a BA.
What?
Have you ever heard of hanging, not hanging, hanging a BA.
I assume that stands for bare ass.
Yeah. And it wasn't until I was just trying to think like, what are some other things? And that popped in my head. And it's like rethinking of it is so
That is
stupid.
not real. That is not real.
No, it's real.
It's not. I guarantee it's from your school only. No one said hanging a BA.
Write us. Listeners, write us. I got to know.
No one in the world was like, hey, you hanging a BA? It sounds like you're hanging your Bachelor's of the Arts on the wall.
No, I swear it'd be like, oh man, did you hear that Rick hung a BA? Like during lunch.
It's your school for sure. It's wonderful. So don't get down on yourself. It's great.
I'm just curious, because like the only school I ever went to was my school. So like, yeah.
Hanging a BA.
Hanging a BA.
Oh, man, we got to start pulling that into rotation is what we got to do, because hanging a BA is pretty funny. That's pretty wonderful.
Yeah. Dropping trowel.
Dropping trowel is real.
Okay.
I've definitely heard that. I think that's from a movie, because I feel like it was out there in the, in the ether a lot. People said dropping trowel. I don't know that it necessarily meant mooning, to be honest. I think it kind of meant like you could also probably like be urinating.
Pooping, something else.
Or about to have sex, probably dropping trowel.
Can flashing?
No, that's not real. Oh, I gotta go flash my can. I saw his
Busted.
face, y'all, and I knew it was fake. I knew it. He held to make sure that I would know. Y'all, I'm
Hmm.
sorry, I gotta go flash the can.
Oh, you're gonna get in
Well,
trouble.
there's this kid at my school that deserves it. I gotta go flash my can at him.
Hanging a can.
It's just a series of cans hanging across the
Yeah,
wall. Oh, that's lovely. What was yours again? Hanging a BA?
hanging a
That is
BA.
not real.
Yeah,
Guaranteed. I'm
like,
tempted to Google it right now, but I'm gonna instead wait for the listeners.
yeah. Wait, let the listeners take care of it.
Oh, oh, listeners, please don't make me wait too long.
Now, what was you said that was an even part two of this. This just
Yeah,
came up, right? You had another
this is
part
gonna be a
two.
monumental episode because we're really gonna do one question with three options.
Wow. Debatable one
Easy.
C.
From let's see here. From John Zach in Collegeville, Pennsylvania.
Oh, I wonder if there's any schools there.
Say no schools. How about here's the question that leads from question 1A, which was boxers or wrestlers,
Okay.
which led naturally into 1B, which was our own, which is boxers or briefs, which now leads into 1C, which is boxers or terriers.
Boxers. Thank you, everyone. I don't like terriers. I mean, I get that people do, but I don't. They're too
Is there
like
any good terrier? Let's go through that. I mean, all dog to me, I can love basically almost any dog because dogs are awesome. Now that being said, terriers are often on the yippier side, right? Like they're a little
yes,
yappy. They're often scrappy. I think there's big like yappy and scrappy. I think there's bigger. I think there's bigger terriers. I'm just trying to think of ones that aren't necessarily like small, what I would call bottom feeder dogs. As whenever we pass them on the
yeah,
street, of like, oh, they look like they're like real low to the ground. They're real tiny. They're the catfish of the dogs, which are hugging the mud. I don't know. I don't know what I would. I think there's got to be a larger terrier. For instance, I had a Yorkshire Terrier growing up, a Yorkie,
yeah.
and whenever I see Yorkies out in the world, they're really tiny. But ours wasn't that tiny. It was taller and probably medium. I mean, probably like in the 20-pound range. Not like 10 pounds. Not real tiny.
Isn't isn't Spuds MacKenzie a pit bull
I think
terrier?
so. That's what I mean. Like a pit bull terrier is a style of dog, and you often think of pit bulls as being large. So I don't know what classifies a terrier. I don't think it's only size. I think it's like the maybe the place it's from or something like that.
Yeah, and I don't know what breeds count as terriers or count as crossbreeds. Like a pit bull terrier seems pretty clearly like a crossbreed between a pit bull and a
Agreed.
terrier. Most terriers that I've had experience with, which is minimal, is that high energy
Yes.
barky 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 dog. And no thank you.
Yes. Well, I think that, like you said, gosh, what's the smallest terrier? I don't know. I think that the one of the bigger terriers is probably the pit bull terrier. And I think there's something in between. Well, I also think of like Jack Russell Terriers. That's like in the name, where like the Fraser dog,
Yeah.
which is a super cute dog, by
Okay.
the way. That's a super cute dog. I mean, that's not like an unlikable dog, but I often hear their yippy are sort of aggressive and small, like they're kind of Napoleon complex. But this is the thing, like
Yeah.
I think a pit bull terrier is a terrier. I think that gosh, Spuds MacKenzie is a different kind of dog. It's like a bull terrier, not a pit bull, but a bull terrier. I think is what Spuds MacKenzie was. Again, if you don't know who Spuds MacKenzie is,
Yeah.
it's a dog that loved to party for Budweiser in the '80s. So just like brush up on your goog.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
I actually tried to like leak that one in and just let it sit for people to be like, oh yeah, Spuds MacKenzie, or like, what the hell is a Spuds
look, I hope we
MacKenzie?
give people things to Google
Yeah.
when they just ask Bing right when you get out of here. Ask Jeeves when you get out of here of what Spuds MacKenzie was. I definitely had a Spuds MacKenzie towel.
Aw.
I was a big fan of Spuds MacKenzie, the dog that got all the ladies. I think that that's already problematic right there.
Yep.
But I know that there's other kinds of terriers that I don't think of. I don't think of the last word of their title. Like my parents had not an Airedale. Well, Airedale might be one. Like an Airedale Terrier might be, I guess it's a terrier. I just don't think of it being a terrier because it's big.
Yeah.
So what makes a terrier?
This is exactly why I picked boxer, because it's like too many terrier types to keep track of. A boxer, is a boxer, but there's like English Terrier, Jack Russell Terrier, well, Yorkshire Terrier. It's like too many terriers for my like, and they're all small and they're all yip yappy. So it's like,
But they're not.
in my head they are.
Well, that
I've
doesn't
made
mean
up my
anything.
mind. Yeah, made up my
I
mind.
think I want to Google it so bad. Can I Google it? I want to see what a terrier is. What's the other thing?
Google's down. Boxer. Boxer here, like, should be, for anyone who really knows us, should be pretty clear on why we would lean boxer,
Yeah.
because our two dogs are boxer beagles and they're
They're so
great.
great. Although I will say this, I think that their boxer claws are what we don't like about them. Our dogs had these like super duper they're rescues, two rescues that are brother and sister, and the most wonderful dogs, Clark and Addison, they're the best. They're like almost basically support animals that are feistier and sillier. However, they have these like beagle boxer claws we would have never known about had we not adopted these two, that are so thick and so tough to clip
Oh man.
that basically they can run so fast, and a lot of it's got to be like they can like dig and push off. I would assume like they've got really broad chests and they can run super fast,
Yeah.
which is fun. But man, those claws are death, and they kill if they like sit on your lap and jump off of it or something. It sucks.
Oh yeah. They seem to always be right near Tara when something startling happens, and they take off and they just use her as a
Yeah,
platform
it
to dig
sucks. But
in.
I don't know that I would like a boxer traditional. It's sort of like a scrunched in face. And like our dogs are, I think, cuter because they have the beagle stuff and in them.
Yeah.
They also when we got these dogs on their adoption papers, it said boxer, beagle, chihuahua. What was the other? Oh, Dachshund.
Yeah. Yeah. And we expected them to be maybe 20 pound, 30, because it said Chihuahua. Chihuahua is like the
Chihuahua was
biggest.
on there. There's no way.
I think putting Chihuahua on adoption papers for rescues is like the scam that they all use to like give you a little like extra, like, this
This
will
will
be a
be
small dog.
small.
And it's like, no way. Here's how much Chihuahua this is. It might have been in a room where a Chihuahua was.
It's met one. Yeah, I feel like that's about right. These dogs are like 50 to 60 pounds a piece. They're not tiny dogs. But I think it's so funny that we went in being like, oh, I think we'll probably have like we think we wanted like a 40-pound, 30 to 40-pound dog, which was it's not far off, but it was just like it was
Yeah.
a surprise when they kept growing. And we were like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess they're gonna keep going.
Well, we wanted one dog and we wanted a 30-pound
Yeah.
dog. And we
Yeah.
got when we went to go and we didn't want either of these ones. We wanted one of their litter that we saw the picture for,
Yeah.
and that one we couldn't see, but they said we could see these other two.
We'll check them out.
So we're like, we'll check out one of them, and we saw them together, and we were like, we can't
Oh,
separate
they are
them.
friends and
Oh,
they
so
have to
sweet.
be together.
And we adopted them, and they're ours. And then we looked up taking care of them and found out everyone in the world says don't take two litter
Oh
mates.
man, we had no idea, everyone. We were so in the dark about we both had dogs, and I've had a good amount of dogs over my life, but I'll tell you what, I did not know that litter mate thing at all. Even from training
Yeah.
and raising dogs before, I was like, "What? You can't have a brother and sister? Why?" And it's because they always battle for dominance, I guess, their entire lives. Although ours have kind of settled into the things that they are alpha about. They both just chose their chose their lanes, basically.
Yeah.
But it's wild. Yeah, they're really fun. So that all being said, I like our boxer beagles, but I don't know that I'd love a classic boxer. And I'm curious now if Terriers covers more than what I think it does. Like, what if the other thing they're mixed with is a terrier? I mean, like we went to the vet and we brought our dogs for checkups, and the vet was like, "These are American Staffordshire Terriers," and we were like, "What is that?" And it's basically like a cousin of the pit bull. It's like a pit bull boxer mix or pit bull beagle mix. So we could not even have boxers. We might have like some kind of terrier beagle mix. I don't know. They look like boxer.
Yeah. I feel like this question is kind of like ruined because there's no defined terrier.
I can look.
Like boxer Boxer I can see, but there's so many terriers.
Well, boxer is a specific kind of dog, but a terrier is almost all dogs,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So like a box, it's like saying poodle or cats.
yeah. One seems specific, and the other one seems like oranges or apples. If it's apples, I can think of Red Delicious, Fuji. I know there's other ones that the names are just eluding me, but when I think of oranges, I think of maybe oranges and blood oranges. That's it.
That's a good comparison because apples have a billion kinds.
Yeah.
I mean, the properties are, the properties are the same, but they're different. They're different. Man, also screw Red Delicious. That's not today, but we'll talk about it sometime, I'm sure.
Yeah, screw Red Delicious.
Yeah, spoiler, when we get to apples, watch out, Red Delicious, I'm coming for you.
Red Delicious is the apple that barks the loudest, the highest pitch, and tears up all your furniture while you're gone.
You're crossing them, Bubba. You're crossing all the topics today. We're crossing them, but that's okay.
Yep.
Look, so our 1A, 1B, 1C, boxers or wrestlers, boxers or briefs, and boxers or terriers is now complete.
If you had an apple and an orange, what underwear would you want them to be in while they fought?
We need your answers, listeners.
Get your answers in here.
Hey, thanks for listening today. We sure did have fun. This is a ball. I'm glad this is a unique one with 3 parts to one sort of idea. I like that a lot. Wow. That was a ball. And people did it collaboratively. Thank you, listeners. We had fun. If you want to submit to the Debatables, please go to itsnotashow.com. We'd love to hear from you and hear your debatable question and or any feedback you have from prior episodes or you just had a strong stance on something. Let us know. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, and again, thank you to everyone who's given us a review, given us a rating. It really helps go a long way. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thanks, y'all. See you soon.